So we have here two tonneau cylinders. It's easier to show the line removal and pin removal on a bench compared to doing this inside the trunk, where we just won't get a very good picture. So let's start with the lower mounting pin. Just like before, we slide a screwdriver in here, and that will walk the pin right off the clip right off the lower pin. Later on, for reinstallation, you can slide it back on the same way, clip it back on. There you go. The upper mounting pin again has a spring going around the rod end here, and you just take it off the collar and pull the pin out. You actually do this from inside the trunk, reaching up at the end of the cylinder, and then theoretically we have now pulled the cylinder out, and next step is to pull these to get the hydraulic hoses off. These black steel clips are different than the stainless ones that you saw on the aluminum cylinders. These ones can be a little bit stubborn to get off. You can get them started. If you look closely, there's a little hole here. You can get them started by putting a pin in from the top and levering it off the lower part of this tube. Do not ever lever this way. Don't do it, because you don't want to bend this tube that the hose goes into. So never lever a tool over this edge. Never hammer on here, because you're likely to bend this tube, and they are hard to straighten out again. So we can loosen this clip up a little bit, and then we need some precise pliers. Here are some good channel locks, or some very good vice grips could do the trick too. You get a good hold of the clip, you wiggle and pull at the same time, keep wiggling and pulling, and the clip is off. Now you can simply take the hose out. There is no O-ring needed on this end. The seal for the hydraulic hoses is built into the cylinder on these black cylinders. So imagine this was already your freshly rebuilt cylinder from Top Hydraulics. You put the hose back in, push the clip back on, and now you can hammer carefully if you want to, and you have the hose back on. The other thing to show you is the way the switch assembly is mounted on the left tonneau cylinder. Notice how it is released. I'll show you again. Pull a little on this end, and you'll have the plastic grip at the end coming apart. We carefully slide this off, pull it up. There we have the switch assembly off. Let's just put it back on as if this was your freshly rebuilt cylinder from Top Hydraulics. We want to line up this sliding assembly. Hear the click when the cylinder is retracted. Hear another click when it's fully extended. We want to align the groove, the inside groove in this, with the groove on the cylinder's shaft. There we go. It's exactly in place, and we fasten it, and there we are. We do that in the car. It's just as easy as it looks. The tonneau cylinders get removed from inside the trunk, top up. We open the luggage divider, reach in here, blindly grab, turn, pull out the upper mounting pin, and then we turn the lower clip here into a position where it fits a flat screwdriver to go in. Turn the screwdriver, pull the clip up just like I showed you on the bench before, pull out the mounting pin, and here we have the tonneau cylinder. Now we can just go about removing the hoses the way I showed you before, replacing the cylinder, and on the left side, of course, also replacing the switch back onto the freshly rebuilt cylinder from Top Hydraulics. Imagine we had put the hoses back on again already. We just finagle the cylinder back in here, line up the lower mounting hole. Ideally you do that by wiggling a screwdriver just into position, and there we go, the pin fits. We actually have to get this rubber strap on the pin first, push the clip back on, the lower part is secured. Same thing with the upper part. For the upper mounting pin, you may have to lean on the tonneau cover a little bit to match up the length exactly. There you go, back in. Ta-da!